Roland Osage here with Real Broker. Today, we're talking about leaving the East Bay area. And before we get started, if you haven't already, please do me a huge favor and like and subscribe to this YouTube channel if I'm bringing you value, because I'm doing these videos for you East Bay or soon to be East Bay residents. Now, if you're not too familiar with which cities fall under the East Bay category, take a look at the description below. I have a list of all the cities for you down there. Now, as much as I encourage people to come to the East Bay and like to show you the different aspects of the East Bay and everything that I personally love about it, it's only natural that residents will leave as well.
What the hell?
And just to be clear, if you're looking for a video that's going to show you the data around if people are fleeing California or the Bay Area, then unfortunately this video is not for you. But to add to that very quickly, in my humble opinion, it is all speculation and headlines, simply because if people were fleeing the state or area, we would have a lot more inventory and less competition. But enough of that, let's get back to the topic of this video. So it's not realistic that everybody else is going to love the East Bay or Bay Area as much as I do. Some people are going to go to more affordable areas of California, whether that's to work their remote job, maybe to afford a bigger house.
Yeah, all right, man. I mean, there are a lot of
or relocate for a new job, which is pretty common in tech or other fields here in the Bay Area. We also have retirees that want to cash in on the equity that they've built in their home and head out of state.
Please excuse the crudity of this model. I didn't have time to build it to scale or to paint it.
There are so many reasons why someone would or would have to leave this area. So for this video, I'm going to discuss the steps that you should be taking if you're thinking about or getting ready to leave the East Bay area. The East Bay is made up of two different counties, which are Contra Costa and Alameda County. And each county or city requires point of sale ordinances when it comes to selling or buying. Other than those ordinances, there's also a lot of steps and systems that I encourage as a listing agent in order to get the most money for your home, especially in a market like we've recently shifted into, where it takes a little bit of extra effort to get your home sold in a timely manner and making sure that your home outshines your competition. So first things first, I'm going to get into the proper steps you should take when selling your home, since that doesn't matter what county or city that you're in. Then towards the end of the video, I'll get into the point of sale ordinances of Alameda and Contra Costa County. So here's my simplified 6-step process of selling your home. Step 1, you're going to contact and meet with your preferred real estate agent. Within that meeting, you're also going to want to establish what your next destination will be. What I recommend is having the agent who will list your home seek out the agent to help you on the next purchase, if you will be purchasing. Step 2, you're going to determine your home's value with your listing agent and sign the listing contract once you've agreed on that.
Living room, dining room, study.
Step 3, prepare your home for market. Step 4, marketing your home and going live on the MLS. Step 5 will be accepting an offer from a prospective buyer.
You understand what I'm saying?
And step 6 will be the whole escrow and closing process.
Why don't you practice a few signatures, get the feel of it.
Now, I know this was really brief, so if you want a more in-depth explanation of each and every one of these steps of the seller's process, head to my website at eastbayexclusive.com, and you can access my buyer's and seller's guide that you can watch with detailed explanations for each and every step. So now that you have that information, I want to get into the point of sale ordinances in the particular cities it applies to. First ordinance is a sidewalk repair ordinance. Under this ordinance, the maintenance of the sidewalk in front of your property becomes your responsibility. This means that as part of the closing escrow, someone is responsible for making sure the sidewalk is not a hazard to pedestrians. Unfortunately, in cases where there's a tree or uneven pavement, you may end up replacing parts of the sidewalk. But if it's a city tree that has caused issues with the sidewalk, it can fall under the city's responsibility. The cities that have this point of sale ordinance in effect are Oakland, Berkeley, Richmond, and El Cerrito. The next major point of sale ordinance is the PSL ordinance. The EPA's mandate compelled East Bay MUD to phase in a regional private sewer lateral ordinance, which began in 2011. Affected property owners must obtain a certificate from East Bay MUD certifying that all of their PSLs are leak-free. The list of cities affected by this are Alameda, Albany, Emeryville, Oakland, Piedmont, Kensington, El Cerrito, and Richmond. So what you need to know is that the buyer can assume responsibility for these ordinances to where they have a certain amount of time to do this after the house closes or after close of escrow. But that totally depends on the leverage you have as a seller and if it's realistic for you to be able to negotiate that when it comes time. It sometimes can be a burden to have to do a repair like this throughout the escrow process when there are so many other moving parts happening. Now, when it comes time to getting these repairs done, if you have to, it would be great to have your real estate agent handle the heavy lifting of this process, which I personally do for my clients. Let's hope your sewer lateral or sidewalk doesn't need to be repaired or replaced, but if it does, then your agent should have their preferred vendor ready to go that they've worked with in the past, because that's the whole point of hiring a local expert in the real estate field. With all that said, if you're leaving the East Bay, I hate to see you go, but just know me and my team are always available to help. You have all of my contact info both right here and in the description. We are true natives and experts here in the East Bay. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe, as well as head to my website, eastbayexclusive.com, to get more info about everything in the East Bay.